December has been weak in the snow department. Less than a foot of snow on the season so far. Normally we should be over 2 feet. Just a note there that we are well below average for snowfall, at least in Rochester. Greece right now, 25 degrees. Livonia, 21 degrees. Victor, 22. Webster, you're at 24. Calm winds. So the wind's not too bad. It's 0. Of course it's not too bad. But we'll get cold tonight. I think we'll see those temperatures continue to drop. Especially south of the thruway. I think some of those spots could even see numbers in the teens, wind chills, maybe even in the single digits. So it's a cold night if we're heading out to anywhere, maybe to pick up some grub from somewhere. But otherwise, I just threw this graphic together, maybe Zoom forecast here. What are going to be the good nights to jump on a Zoom? And I'm thinking not only tomorrow with some evening rain showers, but Friday as well is going to be one to watch with rain there. So Friday, of course, New Year's Day. We're going to have to go over that storm system in just a minute here. But satellite and radar here showing not much over us, but a large storm system that is sitting to our west. That storm system likely going to have an impact on many of those folks across Iowa. I think maybe a foot of snow in some of those regions over into Iowa. So Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, all going to be dealing with very heavy snow. Half an inch to an inch of rain possible for those regions. So really a very wet pattern for them. They've got winter storm warnings for a lot of the area, winter weather advisories that extend all the way up to Lake Superior. So pretty impressive storm system for them. We're not going to get much at all out of it. We're only going to get maybe an inch or so at most, unfortunately. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. All right, tonight, lower 20s, some spots get into the upper teens. There it is. There's the snowfall that passes through. It's actually a warm front. And watch what happens with our temperatures. They spike all the way up into the 40s. Then the next system moves through by tomorrow evening and then into the night, get us into the lower 40s. Thursday, quiet. In fact, it'll be a nice, easy entrance to 2021. I think Thursday night and into Friday, not much going on there as the ball drops. Kind of a, mid-20s, upper 20s, lower 30s, partly cloudy skies. But we turn mild and we get active as we get into New Year's Day. Interesting storm system setup as of right now. This is how it's potentially going to shake out. There's a couple of knowns, there's a couple of unknowns with this storm system. We know there's going to be deep high pressure over the Northeast and the Great Lakes. You can see that here. You see that circle? High pressure sitting over us right here. I'll draw it on there for you. So there's our high pressure, right? So high pressure's got counterclockwise flow. It's forcing a little bit of cooler air around it, but that's where it's sitting. Okay, low is to the south. It's at the very bottom of the screen. That low is going to start to meander into Ohio River Valley and then move closer to us as we get into, here's the timing up here, Friday, late in the day. So let me clear all this out and advance this. Okay, now we're into the afternoon and evening. High pressure has shifted off into Maine. The low is pushed into Indiana. And the very northern edge of the precipitation, right there, is starting to break into western New York. You see some pink. That indicates potential for ice. That's one of the unknowns. We're not exactly sure if we see ice at the very onset or whether or not actually we just see some rain showers. Regardless, it's all going to change over to rain. We also don't necessarily know when this initiates. It could be earlier in the afternoon, but I'm leaning towards later in the day, later in the evening, and into Saturday. Then the low continues on. Let's clear this out, push it out. There is a significant looking dry slot in the forecast. That's right here. Dry air starts to intrude into the storm system. That's going to potentially end any precipitation early as we get into Saturday. So by this time we're in Saturday already. So it's a soaker of a night, I think, Friday and into Saturday, the first into the second. And then we should clear out and actually cool off as we get into the weekend. Okay, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, as I mentioned, I think it's a quiet ball drop. I think a lot of the action comes as we get into New Year's Day. So there you go. That's the forecast for you. What else do I got? 8-day forecast. Here we go. The numbers. That's probably the biggest takeaway here. All the overnight lows are warmer. Our normal overnight low this time of year should be 22. 20. 20 is the normal overnight low. Look at these numbers. Every night, pretty much, well above that value. So it's impressive. It's impressive to see these numbers so warm.